So I decided to go ahead and take the initiative since Crunchyroll want to keep playing these games, honestly, when it comes to censorship. So I decided to read all of Worlds and Harem in 2 days straight. Not to mention, Worlds and Harem is not that big of a read. I'm not going to touch Afterworld because I didn't read Afterworld and really doesn't really have a deep continuation. I did take a glance at the pages, but it doesn't have a really deep continuation of Worlds and Harem, so I'm not going to bother reading that too much unless people just be like, read it, and then that's the only way. But really, a lot of the stuff as I kind of thought was kind of predicted. I ain't gonna lie, this kind of is a predictable, somewhat predictable story, but it kind of goes into depth in areas I didn't think it was going to do, honestly, because especially when it comes to the male characters a lot of the time, and especially when it comes to Doi and when it comes to Hino, at which I kind of spoiled myself with Hino and how his story happens and stuff, which kind of sucks entirely because, you know, Hino was goated, so definitely, you know, he was a good boy, he was a good man. Anyway, what the thing is, what I like about Worlds and Harem definitely when it comes to the male characters though, is that it didn't just, oh yes, let's just have them be sex machines and just start pumping out babies and stuff like that like crazy. But no, it actually took a mental look at what they're thinking of when it comes to the situation that they're in. When it comes to my main character Kun, when it comes to main character Kun, man was like trying to make this whole thing and trying to understand how this whole thing is gonna work and trying to beat this MK virus, but in his mind he's also really worried about Elisa and all that type of stuff too, and just how much of a stress and toll this is really taking on him as well. And especially when you come to find out that he has to, you know, take the literal MK virus himself and, you know, try to use it to make a cure, which could kill him, but thankfully he didn't die. So that's also crazy. Then Doi, which I feel like had the most crazy mental outlook, honestly, is that literally had a whole bunch of ladies that was with him, still trying to clap cheeks, and then just, you know, didn't think that was a good idea at first, but then kind of just delved deep into it and then didn't really even care about it at all, honestly, and just kind of went ham with whoever was in the way. And still have Yuzu on the side, but Yuzu doesn't even feel like a main focus though, unfortunately, because Yuzu is still fine to this day. But you know, that's just how it is in his situation. He kind of just feel like he forgot or lost himself somewhere on the way, but still became like a new version of himself thanks to Kamiya's help. Which Kamiya, oh my goodness, honestly, I wanted Kamiya to be good, and I'm happy that she's good, but man, but she did have some, you know, evil tendencies. Even now she still has some evil tendencies with a lot of the people that, you know, that she's trying to get Doi to smash, honestly. And definitely Kamiya is the woman I would like to have around. Honestly, I liked her the moment I saw her. I was like, you know what, there's something about Kamiya that I'm like. There is definitely something about Kamiya that I like. She looks annoying, she kind of sounds annoying. Definitely the type of woman I want to be around my side. And honestly, if this was a case for real, definitely I had picked the best agents. I picked the best agent because we're about to take over the entire world, honestly. And as far as Hino goes, oh, my poor boy, man started smashing a bunch of chicks, then got one pregnant, having a boy, everything was pretty good. And then unfortunately my man got yeeted, and it sucks because I actually like Hino. He was actually like the respectable man at the entire group, honestly, because he wasn't doing anything selfish, he wasn't doing anything like scummy. This man was literally just being good guy number one, honestly. He was clapping cheeks, doing as he was told. Then when he was figuring out what was going on, he ended up trying to save his son and managed to do so, but at the cost of this man's own life. Like, they say, nah, you too good for this world, get yeeted. That's literally how the manga honestly felt. And it sucks. Again, I like Hino. Hino was like Ryuji of the show. He was like the Ryuji of the show, and I absolutely like it. Even when he was trying to clap the main character's sister, mans was like being really respectable about it, and, you know, really wanted to, you know, take his time with the entire thing, but it just never happened, unfortunately. So man, Hino is the Chad guy. He was Chad guy number one, probably now my favorite character in the entire show when it comes to male characters. So put the F in the chat for my boy Hino. So definitely, yeah, there's a lot of things that these male characters been through, honestly. And there's not really other male characters that they really focus on in the show, even though they do show other ones. And then the fourth male character, I don't even know what to say about him. And there's still questions with him. Like, what happened to his wife and child? Like, they didn't even mention him once after, you know, he been turned into like some kind of religious cult type of thing, except it's in the worst possible way. Honestly, I don't even know what happened with that. So, you know, well, honestly, we don't need to talk about the fourth guy, because that the stuff we have with him was just weird. Honestly, it's not to my taste. Anyway, so the only time he got like a mother-daughter type of thing, which that was kind of cool. But other than that, the whole case with the fourth man is kind of just weird. Anyway, the only other thing I was happy for is definitely Doi getting his revenge on Erica, which I was so sold for. And again, I don't this is gonna make me sound like a hell hypocrite. I don't really care for the whole redo of Hilla stuff, honestly, when it comes to dark fantasy and all that type of content. But in this case, this was the one time I was like, yes, let it go. Build the rage. Revenge. I was down for the cause for that, honestly. And then we get to see the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in fiction entirely. Man said, you know what, you my woman now. So you know what, we're gonna find your boyfriend's pod, literally smash on top of his pie, and see how he likes it. And that's pretty much what happened until Erica actually accidentally accidentally released the man and he ended up dying, which kind of, you know, karma's a bitch, honestly. So definitely Erica was not feeling herself after that, but still ended up getting clapped though, so you know, that's good. But then that brings up one question: the hell happened to Erica? Like, where'd she go? Like, is she just on her own now? Is she still a Doi? Like, what's going on with that? Is she still in pain from losing her man from 5 years ago? Like, what's going on with that? So you know, it's weird. It's weird to say the most. It's weird to say the least. So I really wish we had some more scenes with Erica, honestly, because I was hoping that we got some more. But it feels like Erica's part was kind of rushed in some ways and stuff. So I really couldn't give you a decisive conclusion. But hey, at least she beat her drug addiction, so that's a good thing. Anyway, but let's look at some other characters like, you know, Akira, Akira is just, yes, honestly. She helped out in the end too, so that's also a bonus. And really all of Doi's girls is kind of just fire and fine, and it makes me realize, and makes me mad that there isn't any content when it comes to those women, honestly. How you have a whole series that's dedicated to literally etchiness, and yet you mean to tell me there is no content that you want to put out for it? Are you insane, people? Are you people insane? So that makes me like, what the hell is going on here? And then you also have people on Mizuharu's side. Oh, I finally remember his name. You got girls on Mizuharu's side, which Mira and Elisa, that's also a thing, which, oh yeah, I forgot, they kind of merged together as one at the end too, which I guess Mizuharu was okay with, considering that they didn't say anything or show anything that, you know, showed off what happened. So I guess Mira is just fine with this now. And I guess that's because Elisa can't just bear kids too, so maybe that's the reason why they mixed together. But still, it's still kind of a weird situation though, because like, Elisa, you're still a real person at the end of the day. That was a clone, as I predicted. So, you know, it just comes out as very weird. Also, the entire thing with Mira's backstory and how she's like literally living only to serve Mizuharu, it's kind of just sad in a way, and really creepy. But also, especially when she was like a kid learning that, so it's just like, huh? Granted, you're a clone, but still, like, huh? So yeah, that's really weird in itself, honestly. Now, if we had to do like a quick little thing about looking at the ladies in the show, which we will go into depth a little bit more probably in a Rate the Waifu version of the show, definitely we have to look at Mizuharu's side, because Doi's girls is good, and while I would like to have Shunka and Shifuyu and all of them other, and Akira and Yuzu and all them others, definitely we need to talk about Mizuharu's side, because he had some bangers as well. Kuroda Maria, which Maria is just top tier, honestly. She's probably like the top tier woman of the show, honestly. Definitely, she's probably my number one pick of the entire show, if I'm being completely honest. Like, Akane is cool, but she's like way too adulty for my taste, honestly. So Maria, because she's pure and innocent, and Shadow the Hedgehog's probably running around somewhere trying to find her ass, definitely I would be more inclined to deal with Maria than I would be dealing with anybody else. Anybody else is not really up to my taking, honestly, when it comes to this entire show. Well, except for one other girl that is queen and savage and everything that I ever could ask for. And that is Lu Bingbing. Oh my goodness, bro. When we saw her the first time, when I saw her the first time, I was like, who is this sexy Chinese lady? Who is this? And bro, I'm down bad. That is, if it wasn't, honestly, Maria and Lu Bingbing is tied for best girl. Honestly, there ain't no way I can just sit here and just be like, yeah, I'll take one over the other. No, this is the one. This is literally the definition of F you, give them to me if you don't want these women. That's pretty much my entire case at this point. And it really sucks when I really go, and when I'm talking about any character that could have Jinsai material that doesn't have it, how do you not give Maria and Lu Bingbing especially material content? Do you not see how fine Lu Bingbing is? Look at her. Look, if you talking about you don't want to clap, you are an idiot. 100%. She got Tai Chi, she can cook, she's pretty good at a lot of other things too. She can fight. Like, bro, what you mean you don't want Lu Bingbing? I want Lu Bingbing. How do you not want her? So definitely Maria and her is like tied. I can't break that tie even if I wanted to. Kami is like second best, honestly, when it comes before them. And that's just me being honest. If I had to make it like a top 5, I suppose it would be Lu Bingbing first, and then Maria. That will be in the both first are top, but both of them are tied for first. Then you'll have Kamiya, then Mira, then I would say Chifuyu. Then I will probably go as far as to say either Akira or Shunka, honestly. But definitely. But if you talking about some dang, oh, I don't want Lu Bingbing, that is a legit, definite F you give him to me moment, honestly. Lu Bingbing is hot. I can make an entire video about Lu Bingbing, honestly, if I wanted to, just because of how bad she is. But we're gonna say this for the Rate the Waifu. Just know, I have deep feelings for Lu Bingbing, honestly. And for people that personally knows me, this is the second time I've seen this is the second time I felt this deep for a Chinese woman. Lu Bingbing is mine and mine alone. Maria is mine and mine alone. Get your own woman. Anyway.
Damn! Evan was walking around with all them baddies in the house, didn't say nothing to nobody. How you walk around women that look like that like this? F you! Give them to me!
That's but pretty much overall, when it comes to Worlds and Harem, I absolutely love the story. It was absolutely started warming up to the story at the end. More than I was like in the beginning, but it definitely led down some routes I didn't think it was gonna go, and it did bring up some characters I didn't think it was gonna even, you know, really show up too much. But it showed up and showed out in a way, and I guess I would give it an overall rating of about 8 out of 10. Honestly, it's pretty decent. I would recommend that you check it out, especially with Crunchyroll trying to mess it up and stuff. You might as well read the manga at this point. So, you know, definitely, that's all I wanted to talk about and bring up in this video, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification way out. Also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and like to donate to the channel, Patreon, and Ko-Fi is available as well. And until then, this is your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.
Baby, say my name as if you got a fucking clue. Always caught up in the moment, not condoning what I do. I've been messing with my chemistry to find the better me. Putting thoughts up on the page in hopes that you could get to me. Been this way since legit, my brain couldn't quit. Running from my issues, roll the pain in a spliff. Fade away every hit. Nobody needed me, too afraid to commit.